Whew. It's time for that weekend. Time for that weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy here, Apollo, from Down, Down, Up, Up. Predictions time. Predictions time. Before we get started, I'd like to say a quick note. Thank you, everyone who's given my latest video some attention. In case you missed it, it was, can I name every WWE champion, and not put in the title in reverse chronological order. I think I nailed it, and I appreciate the views. That was a fun time. If anyone else wants to challenge me or request anything else that I can do similar to that, I'm more happy to do it. It's crazy how active this brain is with wrestling info. But it's prediction time here on the channel. Going into a crazy weekend of wrestling, we today have WWE Night of Champions, and I'm getting this video out just before the show starts, thankfully, by a few hours. And then we've got AEW Double or Nothing predictions to deal with. That will be another video coming out later today. And sorry to note, I don't really handle much with NXT nowadays. A lot of it has still lost its luster for me. So, beside the fact that they're completely, as far as a show goes, suicidal, going up against Double or Nothing, that's insane. That just verifies that if Vince still has his booking control, he wants NXT to just crumble. That's crazy. That's nuts. I don't understand why they're doing that. They should just start it at 4 o'clock and be happy they're on the day at all. So, without further ado, let's jump into Night of Champions. How about, well, think about this. We've come a long way from the previous standard. We have 3 women's matches advertised for this show, and I'm looking forward to each of them in their own unique way. Let's start with one of those. Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus. This one, I thought they would drag on a bit longer, maybe to Money in the Bank, or even SummerSlam, if I'm being honest. It doesn't feel like we're just doing this match here and it all blows over. Where's Lita in all of this, since Trish turned on Becky? This one's a bit harder, because I don't know how far we're going to take this feud. I think I'm going to go safe picking Trish Stratus to win this match. By shenanigans, maybe by Lita shenanigans. It could be a disqualification as well, though, if I'm being honest. This one's a lot harder than you think, depending on how far they're going to go with it. That almost makes me want to change my pick. Because who are the champions again going in? Okay, you know what? I am. Now that I have this in my head, I feel like this is just going to be a stepping stone, because here's one thing I'm worried about with this show. We haven't had a WWE show in Saudi Arabia for so long now that has tanked. I think the last one that really stunk was one before the pandemic started. So I feel like this one might be a risk for it. I am actually going to go full 360. I'm going to pick Becky Lynch, and I'm thinking they're going to do a DQ. I'm really thinking they're going to do a DQ for this one. I hate to say it, but this one's going farther than this. So, Becky Lynch to win, probably by disqualification. Then we have Rhea Ripley defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Natalya. Let's look at it from a different perspective than just, oh, Natalya's back and just getting a match on pay-per-view. Rhea is the Brock Lesnar of the women's division. She only seems to be wrestling on pay-per-view. Excuse me. I don't recall seeing Rhea wrestling that much on the weekly shows anymore. If anything, she just seems to be Dominic's muscle these days. So at least she got to get in this and get a match with Natalya, which will hopefully be okay, but obviously Rhea Ripley will be retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. There's no worry of that. Bianca Asuka, on the other hand, that one's a bit confusing in my head. Bianca has now gotten the status of being the longest reigning women's champion in WWE. Round of applause for you. Raw Women's Champion in WWE. Asuka just can't seem to get a break when it comes to WrestleMania wins. Still nada, nothing. But she's challenging Bianca again and definitely seems to be a full-blown out heel at this point. Does that mean she ends the reign here? I'm not really falling for it, unfortunately. I am sticking with Bianca Belair to retain the Raw Women's Championship simply because I have the end goal of there will eventually be only one women's champion. I don't know if they're going to do it at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, but we will get Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. And maybe, come to think of it, it might be Money in the Bank because, correct me if I'm wrong, weren't they supposed to have a match last year at Money in the Bank that got canceled? It's like poetry, it rhymes. So those two are the ones that need to be fighting to determine WWE's one and only women's champion. The time is right for it this week. Unfortunately, my throat cannot agree. Ugh, man, that is salty. Give me a second, folks. Thank you for your patience. Coming off of those three matches, we have the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther is indeed defending against Mustafa Ali. Now, I completely understand why we're doing this one. It's because we need the hometown feel, the hometown boy, etc., etc. And Mansoor no longer fits the bill for what I believe the show standard of the hometown boy is. So, enter Mustafa Ali. He won a Battle Royal a few weeks ago to win his #1 contender spot, which surprised the smoke out of me. I thought for sure it was going to be Riddle. But we've got those two going at it, and I am picking Gunther to win. I'm hoping they'll give Ali a good match, but this is not the way Gunther should be losing this championship. But again, I'm expecting to get at least one or two of these wrong because there's just something about the show that smells, that screams, oh, there's going to be a lot of shenanigans. But we're done with those four. Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar. Yes, we're doing this again, and I feel the exact same way I did before. I just can't pick Cody Rhodes in a Brock Lesnar match. I'm picking Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes is going into this hurt. Unless he's brought some form of backup, that man doesn't have a chance. He could just win with another roll-up, but like I would just scoff at it because we already did that at Backlash. He already fluked it at Backlash. If they're going to give Cody the win over Brock this time, it should have been by full-on definition. Oh, there's a shot with the sledgehammer when the ref isn't looking. There's some crossroads for you. He's out. Done. Good night. Cody Rhodes wins. And that might even be the finish, but I'm not confident enough to go for it. I'm picking Brock Lesnar to win this match. And that's really all I got. That's really all I got. I don't have much going into this predictions. Apart from maybe one or two matches, which maybe we're about to get to right now. That's right. I think, well, I guess before the final two, LA Knight has been rumored to get a match on this show. If he does, I'll pick him to win. You might as well give a win to him on this show because apparently he is HOT with those folk. So go for it. Why not? Now, the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. I don't think this is the match a lot of people would have been expecting looking at the tournament bracket we got, but that's just how it went. Seth Rollins overcame his matches on Raw while Cody Rhodes got screwed by Brock Lesnar. And AJ Styles made sure there wasn't going to be any chance of Edge going back to fight Rollins or Bobby Lashley getting back in the mix for the big gold belt. No, sir. But who wins? Well, out of those two, my pick is Seth Rollins. It feels obvious. He's also on the show. Roman Reigns is not on. And if AJ wins, what are we going to do? Just send him and the club back to Raw? And if they separate him and the club, well, those guys are going to be even less cannon fodder than at this point Dana Brooke. I hate to say, but Seth Rollins should be winning. Seth Rollins should be winning. It's going to be great seeing him as world champion again. Or is it? See, this is where I get worried. Will WWE screw around with this tournament final? I can see it. I can definitely see it happening. Oh, Brock Lesnar has been added to the match and Brock Lesnar wins in a minute and a half. You know, something stupid like that. I can see it. I can definitely see it. If not Brock, I'm not really sure who off the top of my head, but there are worried feelings for me going into this match. So my pick, if it stays one-on-one, will be Seth Rollins. Anyone else added to this match, it's a free-for-all. I don't know what they're going to do, but hopefully Seth Rollins will win the World Heavyweight Championship. And I can enjoy the fact knowing that Seth Rollins is once again a world champion in the WWE, even though at this point it's what you might as well call consolation prize. But it doesn't matter because it does not look as beautiful as this gold belt. Mwah! Now we're going to talk about something else. Tag Team Championship match. Sami Zayn, who is in Saudi Arabia. This is where I thought I had this in the bag. Wait a minute. Sami Zayn doesn't go to these shows. He doesn't wrestle at these shows. This can't happen. This isn't going to happen. But no, I was wrong about that because he has taken his pilgrimage to Mecca. The man is doing stuff, and I'm happy to see him doing stuff. It's a big deal if you don't know the backstory and any of that. I know bits and pieces, but this is not what I'm talking about here. The fact is, Sami Zayn is there, and him and Kevin Owens are definitely looking to wrestle for those championships, looking to keep them against not the Usos, but Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Well, what do we do here? I know the Usos are not exactly in the good graces of Roman Reigns at the moment. If you saw SmackDown, you would know, and previous other shows building to this. But you just don't go against Roman Reigns in matches on pay-per-view. And we're also leading into his SmackDown, well, I guess not SmackDown, but his 1000th day celebration as world champion, since he won the Universal Championship back in 2020. So, what does this mean? Does this mean the Usos might actually be here and screw things up? No, I don't think so this time, as much as I would love to see it, because the rumor at the moment is that Kevin and Sami win this match, and at Money in the Bank, it's Roman Reigns and Solo versus the Usos. I can see things imploding at the SmackDown. I keep saying SmackDown. It's on SmackDown, but at the 1000th day celebration show for Roman Reigns, but not without more belts. I'm picking Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to win the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. I would be more than happy to be wrong about this, but you don't go against Roman Reigns. You just don't. Kevin and Sami losing the belts here, it hurts, but you know, it was just great that they got them. Like I keep saying, you can never take away what they did at WrestleMania this year. You can never take that moment away. It was amazing. Main event, night one, they got to win the belts in one of the best tag team matches ever. But Roman Reigns wants him back, so we'll see what we get. That's it. That's it. I cannot wait to see when it comes to shenanigans. Maybe we'll get more of the good kind than the bad kind with this show. I don't know. But you all have a lovely day, and I'll probably see you in a few minutes for my AEW predictions. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Keeping the channel strong. Road to 300 subscribers. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are expecting for this show today. And are you as optimistic as I am in some areas, or do you think it will just be a full crapper? Oh, it's WWE in Saudi Arabia. Oh, here we go again. But we haven't had that the last few times, so I don't know. Let me know. Keep it real.